How many times have you come across a girl or a person that you've wanted to talk to, or maybe even a presentation during school for your job that you had to pull off, but you just struggled because you don't really know how to talk, you don't know how to manage the nervousness, the anxiety inside you? Well, I've struggled with this a lot personally, and I can tell you some of the most important stuff that has helped me overcome the fear and just talking better. I'm ka.muss, and I share what I learned so that not only will I improve, but you can improve much faster than I am. I spent a lot of time thinking, researching, and trying to become a more social person, and I believe that it's probably the most important thing you'll ever have in your life, because talking to people and being outgoing is what's gonna draw people to you. It's what's gonna foster deep, meaningful relationships, and that is the most important thing ever. You can't have a loving family, a loving partner, if you can't communicate with them, express ideas and thoughts, and speak clear and concise when you're communicating with people that you love. All right? So the very first thing, let me get centered. The very first thing is being loud. You might struggle with this, and I know I have for a while, because I had a dad that he's very respectful man. I love him to death. He taught me well, but he didn't always let me be super loud, and I couldn't really be outspoken when I was young. So it kind of taught me that I need to be quiet, and I really shouldn't reach out and talk in a deep, commanding, like authoritative voice. But the truth is, in order to get across your authority, your confidence, you have to be loud. And I'm not saying like screaming at the top of your lungs in a mall, because that's just being funny. And you can be funny sometimes. I love being funny. I love shouting every once in a while. And I'm just talking about when you're communicating, you can't be talking under your breath like this. Because if you're talking under your breath like this, then it's not really gonna make sense, and they're not really gonna respect it. It doesn't sound very good. Let me turn off the fan real quick. If you're talking real quiet and in a voice that people can't respect, then they'll do just that. They won't respect you. They'll think you're super shy, and they might even want out of the conversation because you struggle to improve the volume so that they can understand you and lean more into the conversation. The only time you're ever gonna be told that you're being too loud is if you're actually being too loud. No one's ever gonna go, like if you're normally talking, and just say, you're being way too loud, unless you're like people are sleeping and you actually need to shut up. Be courteous, but I'll give you an example. If someone walks into a coffee shop and they're talking like this because this is how they normally talk, and can I just get a coffee, please? Can I get the person behind the barista's gonna be like, wow, this person's really loud, but this just seems like how they always are. They're still not gonna go, wow, you need to quiet down. They're just like, okay, this person's a loud person, but I guess that's just how they come across. And I'm not saying you should be yelling like that. Have like a good, like how I'm talking right now is probably one of the best ways to talk. You just have like a 5, 6 out of 10 volume. It's not too high, it's not too low, but you get the point across that you're confident in your own voice and that you can communicate properly. Second thing is, if you're like presenting, this is more presenting, telling stories, stuff like that, vary your speed. Varying your speed is gonna change the importance, there's my dog, it's gonna change the importance of what you're saying. If you're talking real slow and concise, it'll magnify the point you're trying to make. And if you're talking fast, it's kind of like filler. You'll get the points across, and then you pause, let them think about what you just said, stuff like that. You just got to vary the speed up in what you speak so that people don't lose interest. And that's the opposite of what you want, right? I mean, wait, hold on. You don't want people to lose interest, so vary the speed so that you come across as an interesting, confident person, but not so fast that you aren't concise and can't like get the person to listen. Because if you're going fast enough where the person can't even pay attention, then you are not talking right. And if you're going too slow, then they will get bored. And it's just annoying to try and listen to someone talking that slow, all right? Vary the speed, but only use the drastic and very important parts. Something important to say, speak slow. Something to get across, speak a little faster. And then when you get to the main part, speak slow, all right? Keep that in mind. Another really important thing is not being afraid to pause. Pausing is not only gonna help deliver, like give people time to think about what you've said, but it also gives people time to respond and just dwell in the conversation for a little bit. Because if you're talking to a girl, pro tip, don't talk more than she does. You want to be learning about her. You don't really want to be proving yourself. But in general, pausing after a big point is going to let people think, or after a lot of talking and rambling on, you pause for like a good few seconds in order to let them digest what you said, all right? Giving people time to pause and think is going to help them think, but it's also going to make you look more confident since you're comfortable in sitting in the pause where people would rather use filler words like, like, so. Adding these words aren't an awful thing, but it's gonna make you look smarter and more confident in what you're saying if you pause rather than use those filler words, all right? And I'm gonna say this because I didn't add this into my notes, but maintain eye contact as much as possible, but not in a creepy way. When you're talking to someone and you look them in the eye, it's really gonna give off the impression that you are confident. And that's all you want, right? A good, confident, charismatic speaker. So make sure you're keeping eye contact. That's just a little tip, all right? It might be scary because you're like at the beginning of your journey, not really out there talking to as many people as you want. But the more you learn to do eye contact, the more reliable, charismatic, and confident you'll come across, the more trustworthy you see. Because if you're talking to someone and you're like looking around when you're explaining something that's important to you, it doesn't come across as genuine. They probably think you could care less that you're talking to them, all right? The next thing is, I've said this in a previous video, but people want you to speak to them. People love being complimented. People love being spoken to. I bet you feel the same way if you're like walking down the street, walking by someone in a parking lot, and they just compliment your shirt, or they just say, hey, where are you from? Based on because I've had conversations like that. I'm walking down a parking lot. This really nice guy, he sees my shirt. It's a college shirt, but for a nearby college, but I don't go to college. He's like, hey, you go to so-and-so? Like, oh, no, I don't. But I live around here though. So do you go to college? And it just sparked a little conversation. The guy was really great, actually. I really enjoyed talking to him. I wish I could talk to him again because he seems honestly like a good guy. But as I was saying, him speaking to me made me feel pretty good. So why would I not go around and do the same for other people? Why would I not make an effort to make people feel good, but also give myself this level of confidence that other people like to watch and be around? If you're talking to people everywhere you go, people pick up on that, and people realize that you are nice to be around. You can talk to someone When you know you can talk to someone and have fun around them, then you will obviously be more attracted to being around them, okay? Keep that in mind. Opening a conversation, sorry, this let me mind. Opening a conversation is super easy. 90% of the time, you just have to use what's in your environment. And I could give you a simple, easy, like the easiest example I could possibly think of is you're in a guitar shop and you see someone trying a guitar, and you just go up to them and go, hey, that sounds pretty good. Have you been playing for a while? And then boom, conversation. You complimented them, they feel good, and then now they can share their story with you, unless obviously they don't want to, but it's like a 2% chance. Every 2 in 100 people will probably not want to talk. And that's very unlikely you come across these people. People like talking, all right? Just go out of your way, spark a little conversation based on the environment. Even when you're talking to girls, it doesn't just have to be, hey, I thought you were super pretty. No, you could walk up to a girl and say, I'm often around a lot of girls when I'm going shopping. So I guess you could be in a store and you'd be like, hey, you shop here often? I love this place. And they'd be like, yeah, I love this place too. I get most of my clothes here. Boom, that's a conversation. Wheeled it into something else. Compliment her style because she's got good taste. It's a good store. Anyways, the last thing I've got for you is bring good vibes. Because if you walk into a conversation with like a frown or you look angry, your body, the way you use your body is the way you're gonna come across in your speaking. If you're sitting real still, not really moving much, you're gonna come across as monotone. If you got a smile on your face and you're moving and you're just really emphasizing words, it's gonna come across as fun and confident and just like you're really into the conversation, all right? You're really into the conversation when you bring off this positive energy from your body and you're pushing it out into the person who's listening. Didn't that look a lot better than the monotone, just sitting very still, talking slow? It did. You gotta move. You don't have to move your body as much as like this. There's no reason. But moving your hands a little bit, raising your voice a little just to like emphasize excitement, slow down your words so that they really get the important bits. Pause so that people can digest what you're saying. What the heck is going on with my camera? But in general, man, you bring good vibes come back to you. And that's just a fact. If you're talking monotone to someone, they'll be inclined to talk monotone back. It's just a normal, simple conversation. But if you're bringing in a happy smile, it's like, hey man, you look great. Keep it up in the gym. They'll be like, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is a nice little not even like, it's not really a conversation, but you could turn it into one, and you and the other person will already be happy because you've given a compliment. It's made them happy, so that makes you happy, and then you can just build this kind of little conversation you met with this person. Just bring some good vibes, bro. People neglect this all the time. If you've got an RBF, you're probably gonna speak like you have an RBF. Because if I'm talking to you like this, I'm not really, like, come on, bro. If you look angry, why would people want to talk to you? It's going to be a lot harder for people to approach you, but if you walk in, shoulders back, chest popping out with a smile, you look like the man. You look like the kind of person who will go out of the way to talk to someone, who people go out of the way to talk to you. And those are great people. You will be a great person if you can bring good vibes, some smiles, some confidence, and you can talk to anyone like this. Talk to anybody. Talk to 2 people a day, bro. It's simple. It's just a simple conversation. It takes 5 minutes, maybe less. Just a 2-minute conversation, and you've just gained some vital experience in growing your social bar, your experience and confidence. Just talk to people, man. Talk louder, vary your speed. Don't be afraid to pause. be afraid to pause, man. Keep eye contact. Remember, people want to be spoken to, and bring good vibes. All right? That's about all I can give you right now. If you want some more of this, leave a comment saying, hey, I kind of want some more social skills. Leave a comment. I can help you as much as I can. I'm researching this stuff all the time because I want to be the man. I just want to thank you guys so much, honestly, for the views and just the amount, because I haven't been doing this long, but you guys have really helped me grow a lot more than I imagined I would this quickly. So really, thank you so much. Go talk to someone, do the hard work. Welcome to the cult. Mwah! Bye, guys.